ఏదొచ్చినా కానీ ఇది భగవత్ ప్రసాదం.
Jai Sairam. Today I am going to share with you a very beautiful and interesting incident which was narrated during the summer course of year 2000 by Devsen sir. This was his personal experience occurred when he was a student. In this incident, Swami shows the power of his will. Swami has many times said, whether during discourses or during private session with devotees, that his will is infinite. Baba takes many of his students to Kodaikanal with him. Likewise, he had taken some students to Mysore sanctuary once in their summer vacations. The students had already reached the sanctuary and it was night time. Swami was discussing the secrets of nature with students assembled at his feet. He was talking about the start of creation, from the primordial sound of Omkar, the emergence of Milky Way, planets, etc. He was describing in detail as to how the clouds got formed and the emergence of sun, the moon, etc. As Swami was explaining so, he suddenly looked around and said, "Isn't the night beautiful today?" And then the students replied, "Yes, Swami, it is blissful here in your immediate presence. Even the moon seems to want to make his presence felt here in your physical proximity." As soon as this was mentioned, Swami looked up towards the moon. He kept looking for some time and then started explaining the different features of moon, that there were so many craters on it. He even mentioned that there was rivers flowing on the moon. As he said this, students started asking Swami, "Rivers on the moon?" And Swami replied, "Yes, why not? Don't you know rivers existed on moon?" But the students questioned something of this sort has never been mentioned in any of the documentaries recorded by astronauts who have visited the moon. "How that?" replied Swami. "How can they see? They saw with physical eyes. Can their eyes see all the divinity has created? They did not see, but it is there." So saying, Swami stopped. As Swami stopped speaking, there was silence for a while, but the friction in the minds of students persisted. Fully aware of this, Swami asked, "Would you all like to see all that I mentioned were present on the moon?" And without even thinking, they all replied, "Yes, Swami," in one voice. Swami immediately got up from his seat and pointed towards the moon and waved his hands. In a moment, the moon disappeared from the sky. They were all shocked at what they saw. The students wanted to ask Swami as to what had happened to the moon, but before they could, they saw a circular object appear in his hand. This, Swami said, is the moon. There was a silence for a while, and "Now clear all your doubts about the feature of the moon." So saying, he started showing the craters and the rivers on the moon's surface. As long as the moon was there in Swami's hand, there was no moon in the sky. When asked what would happen when anyone looked up and did not find the moon present as usual, or questioned the disappearance of the moon all of a sudden, Swami said, "Nothing happens without my will. As long as moon, which I have reduced to a size enough to fit into my palms, it is in my hand, no one in the world will dare to look up in the sky. I have willed that." So saying, there was silence for a while as the students tried to grasp the phenomenon they had just witnessed. Swami then asked, "Has everyone seen it? Okay, come closer and see. Ask for doubts if any." All those present came closer and looked. They were all there. The craters, the rivers, the mountains, all in a miniature form of the moon in Swami's hand. Swami then said, "Okay, now I shall send it back." So saying, Swami let go of the moon from his hand by thrusting it upwards. In a moment, it was there, again resplendent as before. As students retired for the day, they reminded themselves of an important lesson they learned that day. That is, everything in this universe is functioning in full awareness of Swami as per his will. All we see is his will. What doesn't seem to be is so simply because he hasn't willed it that way. Jai Sairam.